So you've heard of Plantation, Florida, and want to know if you can buy a home here in the $700,000 range. Well, today we're going to show you what you can get, and make sure you stick around to the end. We're going to show you some interesting trends and things going on looking forward and what we can expect in 2023. Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to my channel, which is all about real estate and life here in South Florida. And it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to the channel if you're interested in that type of stuff, and also tap the notifications and give me a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and it helps the channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. And of course, I am a licensed real estate agent. I would love to be your real estate resource if you're thinking of buying or selling anywhere in the South Florida area. So reach out at any time and I'd be happy to help you. So on our way to see our first property, I'm stopping off here in the Plantation Walk. So this area was basically an empty lot since I moved here back in 2005, and you can see all the construction going on here, and it's really good to see. Used to really just use this area as a shortcut when I was driving to get off of University Drive, because traffic was really kind of a pain right on University. I wanted to stop here really to show you what's behind me. Now you see those buildings back there, or that building right there. This is a common theme going on here in South Florida. A lot of rental buildings, rental complexes going up. Now you can see this one behind me, Plantation Rise, I think they call it. And you could get a one-bedroom in here for the low price of about $2,300. So not very cheap. All right, so we're headed over to our first property. I wanted to stop off real quick here at the Fountains Plaza. This is located in the Plantation's Midtown District. So this is a mixed-use area featuring 860 acres of offices, retail shops, restaurants, and medical services. Some really cool shopping spots, and definitely some really cool places to eat. I recommend the Lime Fresh Grill is really cool. The cheese course is real cool, and the Sicilian oven absolutely worth checking out. But again, what I really wanted to do was to show you behind me again another big gaudy rental complex. Now these are going up all around Plantation. I think there's about 8 of them within, it's got to be a mile or two from where I live. I live right in Plantation, but they're popping up everywhere. And this is definitely a theme oops, sorry, I almost broke my ankle. So this is definitely a theme that we're seeing moving forward here throughout South Florida. All right, guys, so we're at our first location. You could kind of see it behind me, this house here. Now, we're in an area called Royal Palm South. There's a subdivision. Now, this property here, it's another kind of like pattern we've been seeing going on here in the market. So this one was listed, let me look at the history here. So it started out back in September. They went on the market for $750. Okay, they've had a couple of price corrections since that time. Went down to $739, and right now they are down at $699. So that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Now there's got to be a reason why it's been sitting there that long. And now this one here, you can see here, this just came on the market, this property. This is another property. So this one was just listed, let me check again, just listed $745. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. This one has a pool. The first one that we looked at, or that I just showed you, did not have a pool. So you can see what's going on with the pricing. A big difference. The first one started out at the same price as this one. They've been on the market for 3 months, or since September, and nothing. So, you know, pricing in this market is definitely key. And another thing you can see is that you're able to do some negotiations, something you did not have a chance to do going back to the beginning of the year and last year. Now, another thing, while we're on the subject, I don't want to get into this on today's video, but can you see behind me this bag? Oh my God, just don't get me started with these bags. I've been in Plantation for 15 years, and we are the only city throughout the county that uses these blue bags. Now look again. Can you see that? Tell me how that looks. Does that look nice? It looks like shit. I mean, I'm sorry to say it. So, you know, I've gone to actually a couple of meetings, or a couple of, what do you want to call them? When you go to city council and people vote on stuff and debate. So Went there once when I realized that a lot of people hate these things, and don't know why Plantation is the only city that uses them, but I think they're crap. Everybody else uses cans. If you're going to tell me that these blue bags, you can see them all behind me, it's trash day. You see them all? Looks like total crap to me. But hopefully they'll get rid of these in Plantation soon. Maybe in my lifetime, but I'm not very hopeful. We're gonna head over to our second property right now. Okay guys, we're at our second property here, and this is very close to the first one, area called Royal Palm Estates, and we are just east, right across University Drive, which is right back that way from the Fountains Plaza, which was that second business district that we visited. Now this property, another interesting pricing situation. So they were on the market starting in October at $850. Then they went, they started at $799, went up to $850, lowered it to $789, came off the market and just went back on at $749. So again, kind of shows you basically an unmotivated seller kind of just testing the market and really not sure of what to do with the property, but I think they're just trying to get as much as they can. Sorry about the airplane. This is one of the areas that you get planes going over your head, going to Fort Lauderdale International. But one thing you can see about this neighborhood, a lot of space here. A lot of space, a lot of yard space, which is really cool. But again, very interesting with these price adjustments, up and down, up and down. So one thing buyers have right now that they did not have is some negotiation room, because when you see somebody put a property on the market when they're all over the place with price, it shows you one thing: they're unsure of what to do with the market, and they really don't know what the property is going to sell for, and those properties tend to stay on the market for longer, so you have an opportunity to at least negotiate, or at least get an offer in and get a dialogue going on with the seller, which you did not have the opportunity to do even the beginning of this year, and especially last year in 2021. All right, so stick around. We're heading off to our third property, and we're going to tie everything together, especially with those other things we talked about, like the rental complexes. Very interesting what's going to happen moving forward in 2023, so hang on. Okay guys, we're at our last property of the day, and it's right behind me over here. And this is another common theme that we're seeing with properties going on the market. This has been listed since July at $780, and they're trying to sell it. They actually have a tenant in there. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath pool home. It's in the same neighborhood as the other ones that we talked about today, but they are renting this property for $5,400 a month. So you could really see the theme going on today in this video and in the market. We have a lot of price fluctuation, a lot of price decreases, and a lot of rentals, and the rental rates are just obscene. So those buildings I showed you earlier, they're I think the first one and even the second one, their 1-bedrooms are starting in the $2,000 range, which is incredible. That last one I just showed you, look again, $5,400. So everybody is concerned right now about prices, interest rates, if they should buy or rent. Again, my last video that I did had to do with remote workers and how a lot of them might have to be leaving the state of Florida if they're here and if they've moved recently, because a lot of companies have changed their policies when it comes to remote workers. So interesting to see what's going to happen with them moving forward. But you know, for those of you out there that are on the fence and if you should buy right now, and if if mortgage rates is your main concern, if you could still get a good rate or an acceptable rate, would you still be on the fence? That's really the question. Now, I'll be the first one to say that I don't know exactly what's going to happen with rates moving forward. The one thing I can tell you is that going back to that 2.5% to 3% range, even to 4%, is kind of unlikely. You know, unless there's another pandemic, God forbid, that comes on and hits this country, I don't think we're going to be going down to that rate. But if you can be in the 5% range, would you still be on the fence? Because prices right now are either going to be kind of flat or just going up in single digits. Now, another thing you have to really think about as a buyer, and I think a lot of people out there are not realizing this, if you were a buyer last year, you would have to be coming out of pocket with a huge amount of cash on top of the appraised value if you wanted even a shot to buy a house. And that was just the norm down here. So again, if you had an opportunity to get your rate, which you can right now because you have an opportunity to negotiate with the sellers right now, as you can see by these properties that are sitting on the market, how they're reducing the price. You have plenty of time to look at the property, put in an offer, negotiate your terms, and all they can do is say no. But if you can get the property that you want at your terms, what would be the difference other than saving that 50 grand in cash that you'd be spending if you were buying last year? So really, before you make that determination, give me a call. Let's talk about the numbers and let's see if they actually work. And you might be able to come out with a better or in a better position than you would if you bought last year. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up right there. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did and you like this content, don't forget to subscribe, tap the notifications, and give the video a thumbs up. Again, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you have any questions, I would love to be your real estate resource. If you're looking to buy or sell a property anywhere down here in South Florida, I'll catch you on the next video. I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.